look at, is it fair to hack back? That's a real big question, because in a lot of ways you kind of have to deal with the legal liability of it. But one of the ways I look at that is that this is really something that I would honestly be more interested in this. So this is a phishing scam that I got, and it's really interesting. The first thing that really cleared me off is that, well, one, I don't have anything to do with this, and my name's not Remy. They have my email address and then some practice URL. And it's interesting, you can click a button to activate the account, and it will tell you that there's nothing on that link. So there's no button here that will work, because I've got it. The links don't work. A Google Play link should be healthy. And then there do some interesting other stuff, system generated message, Wolf Eye Clinic, and you could sit here and you can actually go, well, who are these guys, right? So let's go ahead and let's search for Wolf Eye Clinic, right? Now, right now, I'm not hacking back or anything. What I'm just doing is I'm reconning. So we can go to Wolf Eye Clinic here, but let's go back to our email address. Let's go back to here, wolfclinic@ematraining.md. So that's a really interesting thing. So who is ematraining.md? So when you're taking these things out, you can actually go ahead and pull things apart and take a look at it, and then kind of see where they go. And then we start getting into this. Cert invalid, right? And we can go into advanced and we can actually take a look and see what's going on here. So if they're saying that you're supposed to be doing and able to do a thing, that this is probably something that we really don't want to go forward. Now, none of this is considered hacking. This is all considered recon, right? Because I'm trying to figure out who we've got here. We've got a different URL, right? That takes you here. And if we wanted to try to get to their services, right, and we wanted to go ahead and just check and see what we've got, let's go ahead and see if that takes you. So we can either just go select, choose a service. We'll go LASIK, right? We'll go I'll select a location, right? And this is all in Ohio, and I'm nowhere near Ohio. So is this identity theft? Probably not, because it has a different name of Remy. Right, and then we go here and we want to see what they've got here. I want to see what these URLs look like, right, as I'm fishing through here. And I'm not seeing anything that takes you to that EMA Training MD. So this is probably where we've got our issue right here. We've got a certificate invalid. We've got some really interesting ideas here, and that it's self-signed. All right, so its issuer is themselves, so it's not RSA or anybody else that we would recognize. So that's another problem. It does expire 2 years ago. So that's another problem, right? So again, just really kind of fishing expedition here, which is great, but these are the things that triggered me out for being fishing expedition. And this is also the other part of it, is that, one, I'm not in Ohio. And again, was any of this hacking back? No. But when you're going through and you're taking a look at that idea of hacking back, you have to be really super careful. Nothing here constituted trying to break into a system. When you are trying to hack back at somebody, you need to take a look at the legal landscape. And we don't really have a law that allows you to escalate whatever attack you want to do to go along with it. So we do have a reasonable defense law in cybersecurity, but generally most people just simply aren't qualified to do it. That's a big one. No offense to anybody, but you're simply not qualified to hack back. The other thing that makes it really interesting is that if you are successful, what are you going to do if you get into the other person's network? If you keep on going, eventually you're going to end up underneath CFAA, Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. They could actually come after you for that, because the tit for tat does not work legally in this field, unless you are law enforcement or a member of law enforcement in some sort, or someone that's authorized military or something else. So that's the big thing, and that's what you're going to be working on this week. So going and checking out if someone's trying to hack you or trying to phish you, right? In this one, this is a phishing attempt. It's a pretty good one, by the way, right? The only thing is that, again, I'm not in Ohio, and I did go ahead and report this out, right? The other big trigger here, too, is practice mailer, right? And it was sent to me with Remy, and then mailed by Amazon SES. I mean, again, you start fishing this thing through. Who would I go after here, right? Some poor clinic in Ohio that knows nothing about me. Amazon SES, probably not. But I don't even know if that's a legit domain. I don't recognize that one as an Amazon domain. I don't. Absolutely not. Practice Mailer, I'm not going to go after them because that's crazy. So who would I go after? Who is there to do this? Because I can't get to EMA training because we are running into some really interesting security errors with their own website. So yeah, we're not going to open that up at all. So these are the things we're going to be talking about this week. I thought this was worth actually pulling out a little bit just because it's been a really interesting week for me in that regards of what do you do back, right? If you can. And again, right now, legally, there's not much you can do back unless you involve law enforcement. And then it would be law enforcement being able to go after the hacker in one form or another, usually through deterrence or usually through trying to hack back, but it's really more of a law enforcement purview. And you as a company may not have the skills to do that. And you may simply just not have the legal authority to do that because the hackers then could come back underneath CFAA. So think about it and let me know what you guys think. I'd be interested in your thoughts on this one this week. So thanks much. I'll see you in the class.